stung them, makes them even hungrier for this game against their rival.
And that's why I think they'll come out and play extremely hard tonight. Dave O'Hickey, especially when you miss a free throw like that, you feel like you owe the team something.
This one as well. Melbourne go down to their arch rivals and they booed Delhi. The Melbourne supporters booed Matthew Dellavedova.
I call that though, man. He's got a different uniform on now. You got to boo him. Why?
I am not into government overreach. But if I had seen someone walk in and arrest everyone in the crowd right there, you wouldn't have heard a peep out of me. Would not have heard a peep out of me.
Big game here, though, from the Sydney Kings, so credit them, and I think they're starting to turn it around. Melbourne United, how do they respond? We haven't had a chance to see how they respond, so it'll be interesting.
Well, we're not too far from tip-off. Look at that, 7 minutes. That man, Chris Golding, we speak about players getting booed. There's one thing that Illawarra people love. It's Chicos, and it's booing Chris Golding.
They
get after him.
Far more than booing as well. We heard a lot of things that come from the stands, so this will be fun to watch.
It's going to be fantastic, this game. Championship rematch, and according to Peter Hooley, some bad blood in the building between them. What are the key factors in this one, Pete? You kick us off.
Well, obviously, you've got to guard the three-point line, which is what they did last year. You have to do against Melbourne United with the likes of Golding especially, Doyle, Tanner Krebs, Finn Delaney can hit it as well. I'm interested in their rotations defensively and their shot selection. It's been pretty poor to start the season.
For Dean, you got to protect the paint. Sydney scored 42 points in the paint and a lot early in the first half. They got to make outside shots. They shut down Chris Golding. You got to knock down your shots. And you got to put some pressure on the ball. Sydney only had 6 turnovers. You got to get those little pesky guards, Walker, up and in.
Hey, Melbourne United coming off a loss for the first time this season. Leonard, where do you think their head's going to be at?
I think Melbourne will be fired up. It's hard for Dean Bickerman to go. They're going to win. I got Melbourne.
I couldn't have said it better myself. But you know what? I could not have wrapped up. We are not far from tip away. Damon Lowry, Joel Peterson set to take this one off. Enjoy. Ignite Cup.
Golding pulls the trigger.
Oh, Lord.
Extraordinary.
Oh, no. Oh, Jimmy.
Golding stepping back over Davison.
Oh,
this is a show. Harvey again for 3. Krebs for his third 3 of the quarter. Oh, dearie me. David's walked away. Bowen with the jam. There's the lob pass. There's the dunk. Daniels with the tricks and the finish. McGee. Melbourne trailing by 4. Mr. Fourth Quarter steps up.
Hickey gives us a little glimpse.
Walker for the win.
All right.
It is a Championship Series rematch in the Hungry Jacks Ignite Cup presented by Disney+. We are at the Sandpit in Wollongong as the Illawarra Hawks take on Melbourne United. Both of them coming off losses. Melbourne for the first time this season, and they will be out to right the ship tonight in the Gong. The Hawks fans rolling in to see their team up against the team they beat to the title last season. Tyler Harvey and Chris Golding will be at the centre of it all for their respective teams. Joel Peterson alongside Hawks Championship winner, Damon Lowry. Hello, Damon.
JP, my man, good to see you, man. Hello, sports fans. Yeah, we got 2 teams, Joe, going in opposite directions. We got Melbourne United sitting top 9-1, and we got the Hawks holding up the bottom of the ladder. But you got to throw out those standings for this particular game because there is history there.
Absolutely there is. This is week 5 of the Ignite Cup presented by Disney+. There you see the format. So 20 games, 6 down, 14 to go. The new scoring system, 3 points for the game, 1 point for a tied quarter. And you get, of course, the final Feb 22nd, first versus second on the Gold Coast.
There's not a player in the league that would have a problem spending their chunk of that cash, JP, so they're going to be going hard trying to get to the Gold Coast.
This is where they sit so far. The Hawks, of course, lost their Ignite Cup game and lost it decisively. Melbourne were able to take a couple of quarter wins away from theirs, as well as a W. The Perth Wildcats leading the way in the early part of this first Ignite Cup. One of the big factors for the Hawks, of course, is Will Hickey. He is his 3rd game in to this season, coming off the eye injury from the pre-season, and he just able to recapture some of his best on Sunday against Adelaide.
Yeah, the first game Will played, he just had to get the rust off of him a little bit, and then you saw what happened in game 2. Damn near had a triple-double, did everything he wanted, even had 4 blocked shots. Davo is the people's champion. He is the heart and soul of the Hawks team, and they need him firing tonight.
Of course, this is his championship series from last year where he was absolutely immense. We know what happened in the postscript with Matthew Dellavedova handing over the finals MVP, the Larry Singstock trophy, but he put the team on his back and just continued to rise to every challenge throughout that postseason, and he is really the heart and soul, the spiritual leader of this Hawks team. In the opposite backcourt is Tyson Walker. He's one of a couple of prizes of the season, according to our man, Leonard Copeland. He's been terrific.
Yeah, I like Tyson Walker's game. He had a good one the other night, 22 points, 9 boards, and 5 assists, albeit in a loss. But Tyson is very understated. He's not underrated by myself, though. He's got this foot speed. He can go to the rack. He can shoot threes when necessary. Just a clear floor leader. Played at Michigan State, Joe. They just about breed point guards at Michigan State. So, yeah, looking forward to another big game out of Tyson Walker.
And he's contributed in a number of ways. He's hit big shots. Of course, really efficient on Monday on Cup Eve. But we know he had the 8 steals against Brisbane a couple of weeks ago. So defensively, he provides a real point-of-attack presence for them.
He's a pure point guard. He plays both ends of the floor. He's got so much energy about him. It is good that Dean Vickerman is letting him play his game.
I'm going to ask you to operate outside your wheelhouse here and run me through the battle of the big men. We've got Jesse Edwards and we've got JaVale McGee, 2 of the premier bigs in the competition.
Joe, it is the battle of the pterodactyls, and JaVale McGee is the captain. Now, right now, I don't believe there's a matchup on this island of Australia that can guard that man right there. The only time he struggles is when his teammates forget about him. That's it. He's going to give you probably about, say, 25 minutes. And in those 25 minutes, JP, you're looking at probably 20 points, 14 rebounds, 4 block shots, and a couple of nasty dunks like that.
Absolutely. Can I raise you the tussle of the pterodactyls? And tussle's got a silent T in it as well. Jesse Edwards, we know he's had some big games throughout the course of the season. He wasn't at his best on Monday. Sydney did a good job to, I guess, sort of play around him and limit his influence, but he's been really impressive for Melbourne.
Really like Jesse Edwards' game, and I hope he loves it here in Australia because I would love to see him here for years to come. Plays great on both ends of the floor, but like Leonard said in the pregame, he doesn't play a lot of minutes, maybe 21 minutes a game, but he's very effective if he can stay out of foul trouble.
Indeed, he is. Let's welcome in the final member of our broadcast team. Courtside for us tonight is Joe Healy. Evening, Joe.
Hey guys, great to be with you. Now I've got to say the ghosts of the past live on for Melbourne United, the nightmare of that championship series loss last season. Game 5, of course, on this very court. Now I spoke to a couple from the Melbourne United camp before the game and they do not like this venue. One of them in fact told me he stepped foot into the arena and said, F this place. So they are absolutely out to put that championship series loss behind them and of course bounce back from their first loss of the season on Monday night. I'm expecting United to be fired up for this one.
Yeah, and the crowd to be fired up for it as well, Joe. Thank you. Looking forward to hearing more from you throughout the course of the evening. Here's the Hawks starting 5. Mason Peatling back into that lineup with no Jonah Bolden tonight.
Yeah, Jonah's out for a while, but Mason Peatling started last season, like towards the, I guess, back half of that season. He's very comfortable in either role he plays. And a former Melbourne United player himself, he knows some of these guys very well.
Indeed he does, and for Melbourne, it's a lineup that's proved successful so far this season. Walker, Krebs, Doyle, Delaney and Jesse Edwards, and we heard Dean Vickerman say to the boys pre-game, Chris Goulding, it'll be at least another week or so before he's in that starting lineup.
Yeah, he'll probably give another week or so, like you said, but expect Chris to start in the second half or maybe even the fourth quarter when things get hairy.
There is Chris Goulding, ready to go in this one. Sure, the home crowd will have a couple of choice thoughts for the great man. And we get our Championship Series rematch to kick off round 8 and continue Hungry Jacks Ignite Cup action presented by Disney Plus, and Dave O'Hickey straight into the swing of things off the feed.
Nice half-court set. Lil Iverson cut into a little bit of a lob for Davo. Great pass by JaVale.
Doyle up top. Monty Swakala-Bullock chasing him around the place. Delaney loads up the 3. McGee wants to push it in transition. Harvey hit the big shot in Melbourne in that championship series and comes out swinging here.
Dean Vickerman will already be annoyed. He talked about playing good transition defense, and that was way too easy for Tyler.
Krebs looking inside. Delaney's able to fend off Peatling and finish. Of course, these two teams, that 5-game championship series last season, which for so many reasons, what it produced on the court, the narrative of it was absolutely spellbinding. One of the best.
Here we go.
Now we get the battle of the big men. McGee on Edwards. And An early point to Jesse.
Good contest by Jesse Edwards. He's got the wingspan to make it a contest. Good pass.
Edwards at the other end can't finish. The Hawks come in 2 and 6th in 10th. United 9 and 1 in 1st. That's on the regular season ladder. We'll keep you across the Ignite Cup ladder as we go throughout. Here's Tyler Harvey on the Amy replay, starting things off in style.
Just a total breakdown in defensive transition. No communication, and Tyler needs no invitation. And Jesse makes his first free throw, and you kind of felt for him, Joe, when he missed the free throws against Sydney Kings. They could have forced overtime. Hopefully he's not discouraged, and you just got to move on. A lot of season left.
65% free throw shooter. And knocks down the first 2 here. Hawks 1 and 2 at home so far this season. He gets a catch up top again. Swakala Bullock curling his way into the paint. Just rolls off the rim. Edwards is able to pull it down for Melbourne. Krebs in attack mode, right down the middle, can't finish. Mason Beetling station on the wing, hit a couple of 3 balls late against Adelaide on Sunday. Important for the Hawks to keep them within touching distance in that game. Swakala Bullock nets the elbow jumper.
JaVale McGee just is a really good basketball player. The ball goes inside to him. That pass, the ball went in his hands half a second. He saw Wani Swakala Bullock over there wide open, just made a good pass.
Had the 6 assists on Sunday, did JaVale McGee. Certainly able to pass the ball. A little bit of physicality there after the Melbourne United bucket. Michael Aylen, Ken Widgeon, Travis Stewart. Our referees this evening in the gong.
You're allowed to run here.
And Tanner Krebs had a phenomenal championship series last season himself.
Swakala Bullock for 3. Got it. And this is a really good start for the Hawks.
Oh, it certainly is. Peter Hooley, Leonard Copeland. What are you making of it now?
Swakala Bullock, we told you he has the experience. 2 threes he's knocked down, or 3 and a 2. And he's playing defense on the other end.
Hey, Walker knocks down that 3. They've got to get him on the block, don't they?
Get him on the block, little fella.
Get him down there, Joel.
He's one of the prizes of the season. We know that. Tyler Harvey driving inside, takes some contact.
You know, shots like that sometimes, like, we've seen Tyler make some very difficult shots before, but he was trying to draw the foul right then. But I like to see him just recognize the situation, know it's not on, and just get the ball moving.
Been a little bit of chatter about that late game play against Adelaide, and that it maybe should have been in the hands of Hickey as that one's a turnover ends up with Davo Hickey. What were your thoughts on that final play?
No, I don't have a problem with Tyler having the ball in his hands, because we've seen he's a prolific shot maker, as Jack Evans said, big shot maker. But that particular play, he just rushed it. I thought it could have easily. Hello!
Oh, JaVale McGee on the reverse!
Every week we get one of those. Every single week from JaVale.
It's another dunk of the week sewn up for the Hawks big man. Have a look at him throw that thing down. Or a hammy jumping out of the chair.
This is what we came to see right here.
Hey, Devil's Advocate, was that a travel?
Interstate travel the way he got upstairs.
Just sending that man a crate full of tangerines every week.
That one goes offline for JaVale McGee. When life gives you lemons, I know you make lemonade. What does it give you when you get a crate full of tangerines? What do you make? Mighty fine internet deals, I'd say, David. Krebs spinning inside, hits that one. Nice start for Tanner Krebs.
Nice start for whoever had Tanner Krebs in their Supercoach team, too.
Does that include you?
Yep.
Harvey leaning in, that won't go. How many did you take care of last week in Beat the Coach?
Oh, man, Joe, I'm 11,000 and something, about 13,000 registered. I thank everybody for their participation. Don't take it personal. But that particular play right there we saw from Tyler Harvey, when he hears the whistle, that's when he gets that shot up. Sometimes he takes that shot before he hears the whistle. Then he can often be a very low percentage shot.
Hawks 5 of 8 in the early going. United 4 of 6. Swakala Bullock 5 points to lead all scorers. That's a nice find inside, and the basket interference is called on Edwards.
QJ Peterson with the almost assist, with the assist. How many Petersons have played in the NBL, Joe?
That's a very good question. I know no members of my particular family have done. No relation, by the way, between me and QJ, just for anyone out there watching, as Walker scoots to the hoop to lay that one home. McGee working inside. He's fouled by Edwards, and that is the big man's second.
And that is the one issue that I will say Jesse Edwards has had throughout the season so far, is just picking up early foul trouble.
The Hungry Jacks NBL Ignite Cup. It's turning up the heat with Ignite the Fuse every Wednesday. 11 exclusive offers drop. You better jump in quick as they're only live for 24 hours. Tickets, merch, discount offers and much more. You never know what's coming next. Scan the QR code on screen to unlock all those offers and more.
Imagine being a 7'1" center yourself and you play against somebody longer than you. You just don't expect them to move like this. JaVale is still a extremely good athlete in 37. You can only imagine what he was like when he was 27.
Runs in the family. McGee family, of course, mum won an Olympic gold medal. Sister played out here with Perth for a little while.
I didn't know that.
WNBL, yep.
Whoa.
Marnie played, I think, a season with the Lynx. So a couple of family connections. I do have a good one for you later in the broadcast as well.
Whoa,
Little bit on off the ball here. Finn Diesel trying to take on JaVale McGee. He might be fighting out of his weight class.
Peter Hooley said pre-game, but there was going to be some bad blood, and it's starting to tee off.
Oh, yeah, Mill Doyle just bumping the cutter and into oh, there's not much in that.
Oh, what speed? He wasn't even, that wasn't even a cut.
Hey, but by the way, did you guys hear Damon Lowry say, imagine being 7'1"? I bet he's at home. Always thinking about big.
He said that while
he just wanted to be
swinging off
hey,
the
imagine being 6 foot, bro. You got to get to 7'1".
I can't wait till I'm to see them on Wednesdays no more.
They're taking strays left, right and centre. Really firing line stuff for you of recent times, Mr. Lowry. I'm here for you, bro. I'm here for you.
Stick with me, JP.
Yeah. I'll come after me before too long. I can see them. They're conferring over there. There's some scheming going on. Nearly halfway gone in this opening term. Milton Doyle, smooth as butter.
Too easy. Too easy if you're Justin Tatum. Tyler Harvey got to do a better job of squaring that drive up.
Team 6 of 9 in the early going. Melbourne, of course, that 3-point loss to Sydney on Monday. The Hawks a thriller in Adelaide on Sunday as Peterson unloads from downtown.
This is what they brought him out here to do, JP. Anybody that wears number 77 like Luka.
Man down, man down. You better get your hands up when you guard me.
That was a big hit. Delaney searching for an answer. Golding back out to Delaney. Corner threes. Way off.
Pull.
You thought about it too, Damon.
Oh, you got to send a double. That's too easy.
Way too easy for the JaVale. And there you get that early look at Fabian Krizlovic getting thrown at the big fella, and he's just not big enough, and there's a little bit happening at midcourt again.
I told you this one would boil over. I didn't think it'd be this quick. JaVale McGee, Finn Delaney. What a start from the Hawks.
Hold up, big fella.
What I love is JaVale McGee turning into him and putting arms straight up. Straight up, wasn't me?
Reminiscent of Barry Hall punching Brent Staker, and they're putting his hands up saying, what did I possibly do? It wasn't me. Hey, right now, the Illawarra Hawks looking good. Melbourne United not looking too bad themselves at 15, but the Hawks look to be on fire.
Not surprised whatsoever. Again, the emotion in this. Yes, the championship series, but the fact that last time they were on this floor, Justin Tatum said they got embarrassed. He apologised to the fans. The fact that Melbourne United just lost, all of that culminating in what we're seeing now with the tensions boiling over. This is what we expected.
Edwards with 2 fouls. There's nobody can guard him now. Get the ball inside to the big fella and let him go to work. A couple of more dunks so we can jump up and down.
Hey, maybe we get someone else on the tangerine instead of just JaVale the whole time. Hey, you mentioned before off air that Chris Golding, he's going to get booed all game. We heard it as soon as he subbed into the game. We could hear it from here, getting booed. You used to love it when they booed.
Some players love it, man, because it fires you up. It gets you going. If I don't hear the boos, then I know you're not worried about me. When you start booing, you're worried about me.
Well, Chris is going to have to deal with whiny, and he's going to have to deal with the boos. Pete, do you reckon he's going to fire up?
Oh, he always normally does. And I tell you what, I would say that if we don't get a technical foul by the end of the first quarter, I will be shocked because it looks like it's already raring to go.
Well, let's go down courtside to Joe Healy.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Just listening to the Hawks there, that timeout might have done them a solid because Justin Tatum now can leave JaVale out there just for another minute. He's obviously riding some momentum, so we'll see how he goes here.
Thank you, Joe. Hawks by 6 in the early going here. As Peterson gets up and in on Daniels.
And I like this move, JP, by Justin Tatum, leaving JaVale McGee out there. Normally he'll sub him out after 4 minutes or so, get him a rest, and maybe get him back on late in the quarter. But without Jesse Edwards on the floor, Fabian Kristovic has his hands full.
Tommy Wilson out there as well now for Melbourne United. Golding, Kristovic in the corner. That one rattles out. Rebound to Blanchfield. Almost has it pinched. Delaney does pinch it off him. Oh, Blanchfield keeps it alive. Wonderful bit of heads-up play. McGee rattles down the lane. And he is fouled on his way to the hoop.
Just ridiculously skilled. Todd Blanchfield had to hustle to get that ball in bounds and kick it up to JaVale. And he takes it the other 92 feet. Bit of a Euro. Gets himself to the foul line. Well, he is already 2 or 3 from the stripe.
Damon, you talk about guys having their hands full. That is a mighty task, but no one has their hands full more than Leonard Copeland with the popcorn. You need to calm down, man. This is a long game.
This is one of those games where forget the popcorn, bring the pizza. Can you get a couple of pizzas delivered?
Lifetime fat.
And tangerine. And tangerines, apparently, evidently.
Oh, Crateful on their way to our Ignite Cup studio. And to JaVale McGee's personal residence as well.
2 Asia Cup gold teammates, Dave O'Hickey and Dash Daniels battling.
Both go hell for leather, those two. Dash Daniels played some really important minutes for Melbourne on Monday. Heard Dean Vickerman say to the boys pre-game, we sort of had to make the decision whether we could close with him or not, which is a great position to be in. And look at JaVale McGee fire up the home crowd.
He's engaged, came here with the right attitude, loves basketball, not here to mail it in and just collect a check, earning his money.
Great to have you with us. Ignite Cup presented by Disney Plus for your Wednesday night hoops. Tom Wilson airballs one from the corner. Illawarra up by 8, and the quarterback pass goes awry. Peterson was looking for the outlet pass. Melbourne will come back the other way. Daniels, Delaney, Wilson, Kristovic, Golding out there for the team in blue. You hear the boos again for Chris Golding. Wilson spots up. Around and out.
And they're in time to make that shot. We know he's capable of it. But right now he's over.
And Hickey drives inside. He sees some contact. Dave O'Hickey goes back to the free throw line. He had the opportunity there on Sunday. Just couldn't make it count.
Only blemish he had that whole game. Missed that foul shot. He had to miss the second one to give him a chance. But one thing about Dave O'Hickey is his spirit is unbreakable.
Just continues to get better and better. It's a wonderful story, what this man's been able to do.
And he's on 0 minutes restrictions. They don't believe in that, Nagong.
I don't think any city where you have the key to the joint could believe in it. Walker now back into the game. Daniels on the take, rises up and banks it home. Crafty move from the next star.
Is it fair to say that's his favorite shot, his patented move? Once he gets into the key, that floater, he backs his athleticism, got a soft touch.
Peterson at the other end, leaves that one short. Rebound to Kristovic. Did Ricky ever hit you with a move like that back in the day?
Nobody hit me with a couple shoulders and elbows.
Here he is driving up the floor. Can't hit that one. Hickey the rebound. No offensive rebounds for either team in the game so far. on Chris Golding. So 2.5 minutes remaining.
Someone better keep Mason Fiedling away from these next stars. He took Kareem Lopez out last week, and he tried to get Dash Daniels this week.
I think Peterson needs to come on over here and sit next to us, yo. He's made some ill-advised passes. He's shot a couple of air balls. Come on, son.
He nailed that first one.
Well, that's it. That's
Me
it.
or QJ? You want me?
You're always welcome over here, Joel.
I tell you what, Damon, you mentioned on overtime, it was a combination of Jerome Randall and Casper Ware. Now, not so much play style, but I can see it. I can see that Casper Ware type frame that you're talking about.
And his scoring ability, when he he tees off from deep, he's got confidence in himself. Some of those shots might be a little ill-advised, but anybody that can take those obviously can make those.
What's he listed at as well, height-wise? Because, Joel, you were saying that Tyson Walker's listed at 185. There is Damon Lowry's 193, if that's the case.
And Damon just said anyone can take those, can make those. I beg to differ. Felix can take them. He can't make them. What are you talking about, bro?
Hey, Lenard, what was that you were saying off air again? I don't remember it.
Bowen leaning in, can't hit. 183 for QJ Peterson. Out of interest, Pete. Right on 6 foot. 2 minutes remaining in this opening frame. Hawks by 10. So off to a good start. Only led at quarter time 3 times so far this season. Peatling can't hit, gets tangled up with Daniels, who wants a little bit of next star revenge on the big man. And here he is as the trailer, just waltzing into the lane, can't run it home. Another rebound for QJ Peterson.
Both coaches won't be happy with the defensive transition. Luckily for the Hawks, the Melbourne United just missed a couple of layups.
Hickey putting the moves on. Bowen, great defense. Really good hands, and then the same from Peterson at the other end. Just playing free safety, roaming around in the back court. He's fouled coming the other way.
Tyson Walker is giving the swirly bird, the twirly. Babo did a little too much, turned the ball over.
Is that Quentin Peterson or Patrick Peterson there, Damon?
Oh. Arizona Cardinals, Patrick Peterson. Adrian Peterson.
Oh, don't start me. As a Minnesota Vikings fan, don't start me.
And this is how QJ gets himself feeling comfortable about life. Get yourself to the free throw line. Yes, you're going to make your threes from time to time when called upon, but if you can just play some good D, get out in transition, get something easy, it makes everything easier.
Plenty of intensity in this opening term so far. You see they are 10th and 1st on the table, so at opposite ends of the spectrum, but we know the history between these two teams, the championship series rivals from last year. A lot has changed since March, but the venom in this contest certainly hasn't. Peterson checks out of the game. He's got 7 points, 4 of 4 at the line. He leads all scorers bar McGee, who's got a game-high 8. 29-17. Unfamiliar territory for Melbourne so far this season. They've only been behind at quarter time twice, and by no more than 5 points. Pass inside for McGee, can't finish it off. Under a minute remaining, Golding still hasn't really had a clean look so far. Walker had it, lost it. Delaney got McGee up in the air. Back to Walker for 3, knocked it down.
Wani did an initial good job taking that shot away from Chris Golding, but they just made extra passes, got JaVale McGee into a bad closeout, made him pay.
Hickey all the way, wanted the call. He is vociferous in his appeal for that. Doyle, 7 seconds shot to game clock, drives inside. There's a foul on the play.
Yeah, I think David was going for a 2-for-1 in that situation. Didn't get the call he was after. And this is the time that Melbourne United just gets themselves back into it. A couple free throws, cut this lead to probably 7. Because Dean was very annoyed, JP, when he gave up 30 first quarter points to Sydney Kings, and he's staring down another 30-piece in this quarter.
Only given up more points in a quarter once than that so far this season. Right on target to maybe allow that again. As McGee tries to take that one away from Delaney, and he's caught for the goaltend.
Amy, gonna need the Amy replay.
I mean, can we just give that a blow? He just caught it.
Sort of Will Mack.
Just.
Treason.
Time winding down in this opening term. Hawks by 7. Harvey makes it. Hawks by 10. What a way to end the opening term for the Hawks. Melbourne's conceded as many points as it has in any quarter so far this season. JaVale McGee's been amid it all in this championship series. There's been plenty of fight so far, and it's the Hawks landing all the blows. They lead by 10 at quarter time.
The grand final rematch in the Ignite Cup. It is going the way of the Illawarra Hawks right now. 10-point leaders. What are you seeing so far, Peter?
I'm not shocked. I expected them to come out strong. I expected them to potentially go and win this game just based on everything we spoke about. Teams that have started with 29 or scored 29 points or more in the first quarter are 16-0 this season.
Dane Bigman would not be happy with the offense or the defense. They got some work to do.
Certainly makes sense. Let's go courtside to Joe Healy.
Thanks, guys. Was listening to the Hawks then. They are hyped and obviously, understandably, JT really happy with his group, especially QJ Peterson, obviously having his best game for the Hawks so far. They said that's our marker, though. 32 points a quarter. We've got to do it again here.
That'll be fun if they keep doing it. It'll be a very high-scoring affair. 52-24, Ignite Cup basketball. Golding the takeaway, and Delaney with an open lane.
That is not what you want to do to start the quarter, just a sloppy turnover. This is where you don't need to get cute. Fabian Kristovich guards JaVale McGee. It's as simple as that. You just got to give it to him.
Shot it at 57% that opening frame, the Hawks. 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. And JaVale McGee just bullies his way down low.
Just give it to him. They don't need to run anything.
Teams in this competition aren't sometimes all that good at getting it to the big man, though, Damon. Golding gets tangled up with Peterson.
They complicate things. They try to have too much equal opportunity. Right now, the offense should just go right through JaVale with this grotesque mismatch that he has. Caught Tyler, I think. They caught it on Tyler. Bumping Chris on the way through the key.
Golding guarded by Swakala Bullock. Steps his way through. Beautiful move, Chris Golding. for his first field goal attempt of the evening. He makes it a make.
I like how Chris doesn't just settle for a 3-ball. He can get on the rim.
Have a look at JaVale McGee work his way into the paint.
I don't want another Hawk to shoot the ball, JP, unless JaVale is triple teamed. It's just way too easy. He's going to draw fouls and everything. Fellas.
Justin Tatum called for it after the press conference, saying they need to protect the big fella. Getting a lot of calls early in this game, but I like that they're making him the focal point. Right now, without Jesse Edwards, who's already got the 2 fouls, feed the beast.
Keep giving him the ball. There's nobody can guard him on the floor. And look, the good thing is he's a willing passer as well. When that double team comes, he'll kick it out.
He's drawn 4 fouls in the early going. There's JaVale McGee, so he's getting plenty of attention down there. That is for sure.
And instead of subbing him out, JP, when he get tired after 4 minutes, just call a timeout. Get your rest in a timeout. I'm going to try to play this entire quarter.
You see they've been very good at the line so far and had plenty of opportunities there, and he knocks down another. (36-28). Hawks on top. Walker steps into a long 2. Bobbles around, but Harvey will secure the rebounds. This team that's just starting to get its mojo back a little bit in the Illawarra Hawks. They look very good at the moment as McGee throws that one down off the feet from QJ.
Great pass. The pick and roll, I don't even think they needed to even do that. But good option, good pass by QJ.
Averaging 21 a game, got 14 already as McGee. Delaney, beautiful feed to the corner. Rizlovic doesn't oblige by knocking it down. And the Hawks can set things up once more. Where do you reckon they're going?
Just wait for him.
Oh, little behind the, between the legs. Drop off to Peterson. He's poked away by Walker.
Amy replay. QJ, good little pass. That's just light work for JaVale.
That's a pretty standard throwdown for the big fella.
You don't get a tangerine for that one.
Swaka the bullet. I don't know what he's going to do with all these tangerines. Hawks out by a game-high 12.
Somebody write in. What can you do with tangerines?
I hope he
You
likes,
make a cake.
I hope he likes zest.
When life gives you tangerines,
Here we go.
you make mobile deals. Jesse Edwards upstairs.
So what do you make after all that?
I believe it was a mobile deal. Thank God Jesse Edwards dunked it right as the punchline was coming.
Especially, it's the same one I used earlier in the broadcast. Peterson driving inside. He's fouled. Got a slightly unhinged feel to it this Wednesday night. That's the way we like it. Night Cup basketball presented by Disney Plus in the Hungry Jacks NBL, and there is the throwdown from the very mobile Jesse Edwards.
Great pass by Milton Doyle. Dean had no choice. He had to come back with Jesse Edwards on his 2 fouls because JaVale is just literally playing, and it was just too easy for him. So he had to give him some resistance, bring in the other pterodactyl. Now we'll see what happens.
What do you like about this man's game so far tonight, QJ Peterson?
I like he looks more comfortable. Like he's only been here for a little while. Game 1, just got to get his legs in underneath him. Had 1 full week of training for game 2, not even a full week. So now in between games from when they were in Adelaide to now, he just looks like he's more part of the team.
He's playing for the Flying Tigers over in China before coming here. One of the splendidly named teams in that part of the world. Still think the Japanese B-League holds the title for the best names in world basketball, but the Chinese league isn't too far behind it either.
Give us a couple from Japan.
The Ballooners, the Sega Ballooners are in there. The Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. How they found a diamond dolphin, I don't know. There's a lot of qualifiers. Like it'll be just something before a random animal. It's magnificent stuff. It's worth a look, and that's worth a look from Jesse Edwards. It's worth more than a look.
That is classic Spanish action. Chris Golding setting the back pick. Perfectly timed pass lob for Jesse Edwards, and all of a sudden,
Doyle to the corner. Daniels was given the space, didn't want to put it up, gets into the lane and floats it home. Gets to his move, does Dash Daniels. Timeout, Justin Tatum, Hawks by 8.
This is a vintage play. Didn't even really need to set the pick that properly, but there you go. We've seen it millions of times.
Jesse Edwards upstairs. Melbourne United starting to find a bit of rhythm, Pete.
Yeah, and it's all about the big men right now. JaVale McGee sitting down for, I'm sure, will be a very short stint. Jesse Edwards getting a whole lot more involved, but still has the 2 fouls as well, Coach.
I'm expecting them to go to him every single time like they did the big fella on the other end. Get him the ball, let him eat. Because, again, he's that big, no one can guard him.
Because you come from an era where if you're hot, and you keep feeding it. We saw it with you, we saw it with Gazy. Keep feeding the hot hand.
And you mentioned as well, Wani Swaka-Bullet, he's all over Chris Golding. If Chris Golding goes to the bathroom, Wani's going. Anywhere right now, he's following him all over the venue, Coach.
Whoa. To the bathroom.
If Chris Golding can't get going, which he has struggled at times at this venue, against this defender, against this crowd, can Melbourne United win this game?
I think they can, because now they've got a guy like Milton Doyle and Tyson Walker. Dash Daniels has been terrific as well, but this is a heavyweight clash. Forget the records, forget the ladder, forget all of that. This means more.
Damon, I don't know what this Illawarra Hawks team is, but it certainly isn't the one that started the season.
No, way more resilient these days. Obviously has some tough losses, and being on the bottom of the ladder is embarrassing enough as it is. So Justin Tatum is just asking for their heart, and right now they're showing it.
Thankfully for the Hawks, they're not at the bottom of the Ignite Cup ladder. They took the point from that first quarter. 42-34. Swaka Bullock to bring the ball up the floor. He's out there with McGee, Harvey, Hickey and Blanchfield. Daniels, Delaney, Edwards, Doyle and Golding for Melbourne. Of course, tomorrow the Breakers and the Sixers before Tassie and Southeast Melbourne at the Silverdome, or the House of Horrors for the Jack Jumpers. 2 and 7 in that venue. Hickey just working his way through. It's a good option because it's either going to drop or you've got the big man right at the rim.
Well, that's it. With Jesse Edwards is playing in a deep drop and Davo comes off that ball screen. And in this day and age, every guard is comfortable shooting those floaters in the key.
14 for McGee. Walker's got 8 at the other end for Melbourne. Golding's offline. Tyler Harvey went up for the pack mark. McGee's on the end of it. He's just going to waltz his way up the floor. Comes to a stop. I'm not quite sure how he did that legally or whether he did. Harvey outside for 3. That won't fall. Daniels the rebound. Let's check in courtside with Joe.
Yeah, guys, United have taken a really cool approach to their season. They've basically broken it down into mini-series of 3 games. So prior to their last one against the Kings, they were 9-0, so they'd swept all 3. Now they're on the back foot, though. They've lost game 1 of their series at home, and they're down here in game 2. I guess I just want to ask, do you like the approach from a mental point of view?
Yeah, sometimes it's good, Joe, to break the season down like that because you don't want to be focusing on 32, 33 games. Guys lose a little bit of focus. So you have many seasons.
Numbers advantage here for the Hawks. Wani Swaka-Bullock streaks to the hoop.
Another transition bucket by the Hawks, just enough to get Dean the shites.
Wani, get the ball up, man. We don't want to see your layup. We want to see a dunk.
There's got to be a sanction for not throwing it up to Vale on the break.
Doyle trying to craft something inside. We do see a dunk at the other end. The big fellas have got the hammers out tonight.
Okay, things are getting real simple. Straight ball screen, pick and roll. Both centers playing in a drop coverage. Guards strolling down the key, doing whatever they like.
McGee inside on Edwards. That'll stay with the Hawks.
And this is why, Joel, I think sometimes offenses get too complicated. I would like to see JaVale McGee go straight to the Mitsubishi Motors logo with Jesse Edwards on his back and see what happens. But out here, I don't like the chance when he's 22 feet away from the basket.
Time winding down here for Hickey, who's threw it into no man's land, and Bales gave Delaney a little bit of a push. Wiley Bales checks in for his first minutes of the game.
And Finn Delaney's just been quietly going about his business with his United team. Averaging 9 points and 6 boards, but he's just a great glue guy. And you forget how well he can score.
All-NBL second team when he was with the Breakers. So he's a high-level operator at his best. Finn Fits into this Dean Vickerman system so well. Doyle, no good from outside. 3 of 8 to start, Milton Doyle.
I love to see a stat on how many times Wani literally gets scored on. That's a flop.
Oh, JaVale McGee almost floated it home. He collects his own miss.
That'll be a flop warning. But JaVale gets himself another easy deuce.
Slightly unconventionally that time, it must be said. Up to 16 in the game, so he's got 6 more than any other player, and we framed it as a battle of the bigs. McGee's got 16 on 5 of 9, he's 6 of 7 at the line. At the other end, Edwards has got 10 points on 4 of 4.
And we've already seen Jesse Edwards go one game where he didn't miss a shot, went 10 for 10. And I'm sure Dean would like to take him out. He's got the 2 fouls, but he's going to trust him.
See what this Hawks lineup is capable of as they get back to something like full strength. Tom Coppin's out there for his first minutes. Of course, he played a bit of a role in that championship series for Dean Vickerman.
And do you know, Joe, every single member of Melbourne United is averaging some points. Every single one of them. Tom Coppins is getting you 4 points. There's nobody on the roster that isn't scoring when they get into a game.
And Dean Vickerman will find a role for these guys at some point during the season. He'll find a challenge, or he'll find something to give them, an opportunity for them to get their crack. As Doyle comes down the floor, can't get it to go. Edwards and Peterson get tangled up.
And Dave O'Hickey won't get a stat for that, but he changed that shot on Milton Doyle.
Possession arrow will give it back to the Hawks. The big man and the little man getting tangled up there. Rawali Bales coming off a fantastic NBL 1 season, where he really played himself back into the NBL conversation. Dominated the IBA All-Stars game as well, so every time he got the opportunity, he did good things in the off-season. Hickey made his move, and made his move decisively to get to the cup and take 2 free throws to try and put that margin back to 12.
Devo's one-on-one package is so underrated. He'll post up, even though he's giving up maybe an inch, if that, to Milton Doyle. But Devo backs himself. He's got a quick first step, got a nice hesitation out of that left hand. He's a handful in open space.
Davo Hickey at the line. Download the NBL app. You can switch seamlessly between NBL, NBL 1 and WNBL and your all-in-one hoops hub. They've got news, stats, content for every league, track teams, explore player profiles and much more. Of course, the new look this season. Scan it now and stay across everything in NBL and in Australian basketball. Of course, the WNBL in full swing. Damon, some fantastic games in that competition over the last week or so. Top 2 clash last night between the Fire and the Lynx, going the way of Townsville.
Yep. Mila Soa came out and gave them all kinds of buckets.
6 points for the Australian Opal and Kangaroos star.
Oh, yeah.
50-38. Daniel's got the hand in there on Hickey. That'll stay with the Hawks. 10 on the shot clock, 2:14 left in this second term. Hawks looking for their 3rd win of the season. Melbourne 9-1 coming into this one.
If I'm Melbourne United, I'm playing a zone right now. I mean, what do you got to lose? Make us beat us from outside. Because if you throw it inside, the big fella's going to dunk.
They've hit 4 threes right now, the Illawarra Hawks, but they've only taken 6, and they're going to have a tough time defending him without Jesse Edwards, who's got 3 fouls.
If they're shooting like that, yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Illawarra Hawks are the lowest threes made of anyone in the league at 7.4.
Take a lot of them either, Pete, as you said. Only the 2 attempts so far this quarter. Milton Doyle spinning his way inside. JaVale wasn't having any of it. Coppins for 3. That's no good. McGee hardly had to reach up to secure the rebound. 5th offensive rebound in the quarter for the Hawks.
I like to see him just kick that out to Fabian Kristovich, because he's the only one out there on the floor that can take advantage. As Davo, no good from the corner. He's the only one that can take advantage of JaVale McGee's defense. You got to trust him to shoot a couple threes. We all know Fabian can make those. That's too easy.
Went up for the contested grab, and Kristovich did enough to at least force some contact there and stop it from being another hammer for JaVale McGee.
It's simple, ain't it, Joe? Isn't it simple? JaVale's in the Mitsubishi Motors logo, puts his hands above his head, and Davo just passes it to him. That's all you got to do. There's nobody on the floor up there with him.
It's either going to be a layup or a foul the way it's going.
And JaVale is shooting 6 of 7 from the foul line. So it's not like he's going to get there and shoot a bunch of bricks. He's reliable. Don't jinx him. Reliable.
Sort of Andrew Gay's level of confidence at the free throw line. Biggest lead of the game for the Hawks. McGee extends it to 16.
This does not look like the undefeated Melbourne United team that somebody thought wouldn't lose this calendar year. Staring a 16-point deficit. Make that 13. You can't lose Chris in transition.
I did hear that. Do you know who that was that said that?
Some loudmouth.
I saw it on the socials. I wasn't quite sure who came up with that. Hickey from outside laces the triple. And Davo Hickey puts that gap back out to 16.
57 points, that's a lot of points.
That is a lot of points right now, especially for a team that prides itself on defense like Melbourne United.
And again, I'll go back to it. This is the worst possible matchup for Melbourne United coming off a game 2 days ago, their first loss of the season. Here's that Chris Golding three. Got loose in transition and then slips there, but it doesn't matter because he was trying to go underneath, and Davo Hickey rises up for their 5th three of the half. They're 18 of 19 from the free throw line, whereas United 2 of 2. They are just dominating.
What is the difference right now for the Illawarra Hawks? Because we've seen this is the team that lost to New Zealand by 400 points. And what we're seeing right now is a championship-worthy team.
I'll tell you the difference. It's Davo Hickey. Now, that game he came off the bench, right? He was allowed to come off the bench, or supposed to be, because he just came back from injury. And they got off to a slow start. Davo Hickey is the barometer. If he lifts, you know he's always going to play 110%. The rest of the team have no choice but to follow. And what I love about Justin Tatum, when he sets that tone, if you don't match that level, he's going to sit you down. He's going to go deep into his bench. It doesn't matter who it is. Davo Hickey being thrown into the starting lineup in the Adelaide game right now, he is everything to this team.
Absolutely he is, but you got JaVale McGee, who's playing outside of himself. Get him the ball, let him do his thing.
QJ Peterson, governor named Quinton, is starting to play well as well.
Yeah, it's good. Again, he's slowly just trying to figure out where he can best succeed in the lineups with the different rotations, all of that. I like the way he's going about it, but right now, the fact they have 57 on the board, it's all about this guy. Does all the little things, 11, 3, and 3. JaVale McGee might have 20 and 5, but it all starts and ends with Davo Hickey.
Hickey's the barometer. You've been singing his praises for a long, long time, Damon.
That's the guy. Had a chance to spend some time with Davo in the 3x3 circuit a couple years ago, and I got to just see how indomitable his spirit is. You just feel drawn to the guy. His energy is just so, it's contagious throughout the group, and when he wasn't there, the Hawks just wasn't playing with that same bite. Now they got one more guy to come into the team when Sam Frawley shows up. Watch out!
It's unfathomable to think that this team, Illawarra, last Friday scored 60 points total. They had 57 and a half.
Never like sleeping in your own bed, though. You're at home, you eat your own food.
They were in their own bed before they had 62.
Okay, you sound a little bit bad about that.
They did play at home against New Zealand and scored 60. They got 57. It's the biggest first half that Melbourne has conceded so far this season. It actually outpaces Melbourne's highest scoring first half as well.
And you look at the free throw count, Joe, the 19 free throw attempts by the Hawks, they by 3 players. Davo, Tyler Harvey, and JaVale McGee, the 3 most aggressive guys on the team getting to the strike.
And in contrast, Melbourne 2 of 2 at the line. The Hawks 18 of 19. It is a chasm between the two teams in that part of the game at the moment. Delaney is able to push that one home, bring it back to 14. Melbourne find themselves in a hole to end this opening half. And the Hawks just trying to get the shovel out and dig it a little bit deeper to end this opening half. Hickey outside. Peterson puts the move on, pulls the trigger, can't hit. McGee pulls it down. He couldn't get it off before the halftime buzzer. A dominant first half from the Hawks on their home floor. And they have put some real breathing room in this ball game to half-time. 57-43 over the 9-1 Melbourne United team. It is a 14-point lead to the Hawks. Let's get down to Joan.
Thanks. I've got QJ Peterson with me. QJ, that's your best half for the Hawks so far. Looking more comfortable out there. How are you feeling?
Feeling good. We're limiting them to one shot. We know they're the leading offensive rebounding team in the league, so emphasis is, putting two halves together and keeping them off the old boards.
How nice is it having a target the size of JaVale in offense? He's balling out there.
Yeah, he's killing. I mean, I ain't seen nothing like it before, but he's killing. So we got to keep on feeding him, keep on making it easy for him.
Good luck for the second.
Thank you.
But there you go, guys. The Hawks are looking pretty good right now.
Certainly are, and I got two takeaways from that. QJ Peterson can ball, and he ain't 6 foot.
Yeah, I know.
Unless Joe's wearing some longer heels.
I like the way he's going about it. They're filling it up. Everybody's just chiming in and obviously making JaVale McGee the focal point. And what an unbelievable start. This is a completely new season now for the Hawks.
20-5 at halftime. Dean Bickerman will be going off in their locker room, trust me.
If you're Melbourne United, what do you do right now? Because you put 9 in a row on the board, so you don't want to change too much. But over the last game, which was only a 3-point loss, what you're doing right now, something needs to change.
I'm with Copes. Maybe try his own, because Jesse Edwards looked good when he was out there, but he's got 3 fouls. You've got to protect him somehow.
Or double the big fella and make him pass it out and see if they can shoot.
Well, Melbourne United are going to be the ones who have to go into the locker room and work out what they're doing, because the Hawks, well, maybe there should be a few more smiles on their face, but they are all business. A new-look team compared to what we saw at the start of the season. Second half, not far away.
Struggling. It's hard to pick up balls when you have feathers for arms, you know? It's tough. Nailed it, Graham. Well done. All right, kids. You're going to run it all the way back to the finish line. So let's meet our contestants. We have Raphael, who is the birthday boy. Happy birthday to Raphael. We also have Marcel, Lewin, and Tommy. Are we ready to go? All right, boys. Line up. Let's line up. Let's set up, boys. And the Hawkins, we're going to count them down from 5. Are they ready? Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Welcome back to the Ignite Cup. A 14-point to the Illawarra Hawks. JaVale McGee having his way with Melbourne United right now. 20 points. Leonard Copeland has flirted. Can he get to the 40-piece? And the way he's going with Jesse Edwards, his opposition in foul trouble. You might just think that it's a possibility, but no matter what happens in this second half, Melbourne United need to find a way back into this ball game because this is not the Illawarra Hawks of the last couple of weeks.
No, it's not. It's a completely new season. Now that Dave O'Hickey's there, we sound like a broken record. I mean, he is the engine room. I love the way that they've come out. They've attacked Melbourne United. And again, it's a big week for Melbourne. Having less than 2 full days to break down everything that went wrong against Sydney and to come into this venue where there's history and to coming up against a team that got embarrassed last time on their home floor, it's all against them. And credit to the Hawks because they knew that and they've sent a message.
Well, Melbourne United don't look great on offense and they don't look great on defense. And Dean Vickerman will be talking about that right now. Look, JaVale McGee, the big fella's going to work. He's bigger, he's stronger, he gets the ball more often, he plays more minutes. So obviously he's going to win this head-to-head. And look, he's got the most experience. The way he goes to work, get the ball down low, like Damon said, he don't need to be up by the three-point line. Post up in the Mitsubishi logo and go to work, get in the rock.
He's been unbelievable. And I think I love the most about him is that he's not forcing anything, right? Like, everything he's letting the game come to him. He seals up when he has to, and he understands that right now, this is probably the most we've seen the Hawks look for him without forcing it.
Well, the second half is going to be a whole different story as well because Jesse Edwards on 3 fouls, I believe. They're going to have to find a way to guard JaVale McGee, and in a one-on-one situation, Fabian Kristovic is a fantastic player, but you're talking about the best centre in the league in JaVale McGee. That's probably not the matchup that Melbourne United want.
And we highlighted that in the pre-game. We said how important it was that Jesse Edwards stayed out of foul trouble, and Jesse Edwards, to his credit, when they have been one-on-one in the post, has done a pretty good job. The foul trouble is an interesting one, right? Because if he doesn't play to his level, if he's worried about picking up a fourth, McGee's still going to score anyway. He's just going to dunk over the top of him. So you want him to be his normal aggressive self. But yeah, what plan does Dean Vickerman United have in place to limit his potential to pick up an early fourth foul?
Zone or double team the big fella down low. Make them beat you from the outside. If that works, if they beat you, then you shake their hands and say, well done.
And it's probably going to be whoever's guarding Mason Peatling then. If you're going to send the double team, it's whoever's guarding Mason Peatling because you can't leave Tyler Harvey, you can't leave Winding Sparkler Bullock, and Dave O'Hickey will shoot the ball as well from outside. So if you're guarding Mason Peatling, who can knock down the three, but if you had to pick your poison, you'd take that one.
Yep. United's woes right now are on the defensive end, which is rare for them, but right near the end of that first half, Chris Goulding left wide open in a transition 3. And we can look back at the end of this game because he started fairly poorly. That's where he found his stroke. Does he pick up in this second half? Because, boy, do they need him more than ever.
I mean, I think it's going to be the rest of the guys ticking the scoreboard over to allow then Wani to realise I can't be sitting on his lap in the corner. I've got to help everybody else out. So if anyone else can tick the scoreboard over, whether it's Walker or Doyle, then you can loosen up. This was the issue last year in the Championship Series, is the fact they had no interior presence or no other playmaking where everyone was just locked into when they were guarding Chris Goulding. We're seeing it again.
I wouldn't be surprised if they started Chris Goulding in this third quarter, get him a couple of shots, get him coming off a couple of screens, because all it takes is 1 or 2, knock them down, they're right back in the game.
And you can do that with having Milton Doyle attack to Chris Goulding's side, knowing that Wani is not going to leave him. So you can allow him to just go one-on-one Milton Doyle and get downhill.
Hey, what's the one thing that's better than a Wednesday night game?
Oh, not much. These are pretty fun, to be honest.
Well, I got something for you. 2 games on a Thursday night. How about this one? New Zealand taking on the Adelaide 36ers, who are rolling. Bryce Cotton, a friend of the program, is really starting to fire up on and off the court. And how about these boys? The Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. Who would have thought where they'd be right now? A credit to Josh King and that program. They're doing on the defensive end of the floor. They have been unbelievable. 2 great games coming up tomorrow. We're going to cut to a break now. The second half. Can Melbourne United fight back into this one, or will Illawarra Hawks run away with it? 14-point lead to the Illawarra Hawks, and JaVale McGee having his way with the Melbourne United defence. He's on his way to potentially, if he can keep it up, a career game, but it's been Will Hickey doing a whole lot of damage as well. The engine room, ever since that 5-game series against this very team, Melbourne United, he has haunted them, and he's continuing to do it tonight. The grand final rematch, living up to expectation if you go by last year's result. But Melbourne United, Dean Vickerman has been known to tear the paint off the walls of the locker room when he is not getting what he wants. And I'm sure he would have served up something at that halftime that will hopefully, for the viewers at home, dish up a better second half. But Will Hickey, the engine room, Peter Hooley.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, so much of sport is played between the ears. And we can see that the confidence that he is currently playing with is contagious throughout the team, and they're flying.
I want to start playing with a court like that, with the graphics all over it. But hey, Buck and JaVale's playing well tonight because their front court pretty depleted. Jonah Bolden and, of course, Froling out.
Absolutely falling out, but they got another Froling, a big kid, that can come in and use his body and bang a little bit as well.
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy.
Thank you, gentlemen. Look forward to hearing more from you throughout the course of the evening. It's the kind of game where you just want to get the popcorn out on a Wednesday night, and that's just Damon, who's done plenty of that at half-time. Edwards and McGee go straight back to work.
Can someone please get out of my earpiece?
A little bit of afters. I'm not sure that was directed at any of the players.
Now, that's an interesting first set. Jesse Edwards said, well, let me get some get back. Give it to me. Let me get in the Mitsubishi Motors logo. See if I can draw some fouls on JaVale.
You angling for a car deal?
I would love one.
Golding, free throw line, drops it off, and Edwards thumps it home again.
And Chris Golding starts the third quarter. Nice pick and roll, get Jesse Edwards an easy deuce. And Jesse has to stay, cannot pick up his fourth foul in this quarter.
These players they're harboring Silverdome level of frustration at these rims. Golding goes up to tap the rebound away from McGee. Walker trying to work things back the other way for United. Trailed by 16, as many as 16 points in that first half.
Whoa.
Edwards goes in at JaVale once more. He picks up his second.
And just like that, 2 quick ones on JaVale. Jesse being aggressive around the front of the rim. Tyson Walker being very patient with his ball screen. And that's what you got to do to offensive-minded people. You got to make them play on the defensive end. If you let JaVale sit back there and just play in the center field and block shots, but if you can get into his body, you just never know.
Around and out. Lane violation on McGee, according to Michael Aylen.
Michael Aylen going to throw his neck out, looking up at JaVale, explaining what happened to him.
Just let him know that the FIBA rules are a little bit different to what he's used to, and he exploits them there. Tap it off the cylinder. And that one's going back with the Hawks. They've got McGee, Harvey, Hickey, Swakala, Bullock and Peatling out there. Peatling into the starting lineup for Justin Tatum in place of Jonah Bolden. Walker, Delaney, Edwards, Doyle, Golding for Melbourne. McGee's got 20 points, Edwards 13 at the other end. Foul on Edwards, that's his third. In fact, that's
correction.
His fourth. Wow. That's his fourth foul. So he's going to have to take a seat. 5 of 5 in the game, 13 points.
Just has to be a whole lot smarter than that. What's JaVale McGee going to do with the ball at the three-point line? Let him catch it and just crawl up in after. That's changed how good the whole start was. 4 fouls, he's going to have to sit till at least the fourth quarter now.
And you know what happens if he sits? He's going to the big fella down low.
He's already got 20 as well. Hickey to the reverse. McGee keeps it alive, Golding the rebound. It's become a real bugbear of Pete Hooley's this year, the big man who can't stay out of foul trouble.
And Leonard. We've all been saying it, especially, guys like Marcus Lee who play such good quality minutes when they're on the floor, but they take themselves off the floor with some indiscretions.
20 and 9 for McGee, 1 assist and 2 steals. Hickey's got 11 in the game on 3 of 8 shooting. Gets inside, tosses it up to the big fella who delivers again.
We count the dunks from both the big guys.
I got 11. Rough hand.
Wow.
Walker can't hit. Tyler Harvey goes for the bowling ball pass to Davo Hickey. Krislovic and Peatling get tangled up, and he might have hurt his hand there, the right hand. Let's take a look at the replay of JaVale. Another big dunk.
Just a great touch pass from Davo. Came off the first ball screen, didn't like it. Came off the other one. Just put up there perfect, and Fabian Krislovic has no shot. If you're gonna play man-to-man in that pick and roll situation, I almost wouldn't mind, JP, looking at a 2-3 zone. I wouldn't mind, because they're getting everything they want out of this right here.
Yeah, well, joining the chorus of Pete and Copes on that front. It's something that surely Dean Vickerman will have to explore relatively soon. Looks like Hickey's okay to continue. He's still ringing out that hand in back play as Doyle gets to the cup and scores. Doyle's got 8 points. He's 4 of 9. Walker, Delaney also have 8. Edwards has a team high 13 for Melbourne. And as we said, he's on the bench with 4 fouls. And there you see Doyle's been facilitating with 7 assists as Peatling takes a whack.
That's a trivia question. Has Dean Vickerman ever played one possession of zone defense for Melbourne United since he's had the job? And it's fouls like that. I know Finn Delaney wants to, increase the defensive pressure, but there's nothing happening out there. You got to protect yourself. You guys don't want to get into the bonus too early. That's their 3rd team foul.
Got some work to do. They're on the back foot in an unusual position of how their season's going so far this year. Melbourne, Slakala Bullock knocks in the 3 ball. 6 of 12 from out there, the Hawks. Shooting it sweet from outside. Walker answers right back.
Coaches, I'm sure they get very annoyed when you trade threes. Tyler Harvey with a good skip pass. JaVale McGee sucked the defense in on the roll.
And just can't float it home. Peatling kept it alive. Walker wants to get it out and running for Melbourne. Doyle inside and 1.
Wow. Took advantage of Tyler in transition just then. Got himself to the strike for an and 1.
Melbourne is just hanging around. A couple of threes by Chris Golding, and they're really right back in this game. So Illawarra has to be careful with the bad shots and the bad turnovers because Melbourne are right there.
Shot selection has been a problem in the first part of the season. I can answer that question for you, Damon. Yes, absolutely, plenty of zone. We had a 41-year-old David Anderson running around who would give 40 points on one end, but we had settled for a zone a little bit on the other.
Oh, no. Tyler gets subbed out for that indiscretion in transition defense. QJ subs in.
Out there with Peatling, Blanchfield, Swakala Bullock and Hickey. Sets up Hickey, who steps into a 3 ball and strokes it.
As Davo becomes a more consistent 3-point shooter, he now becomes even more difficult to guard. Everybody plays Davo for the drive, and he uses athleticism very well, but if he can make that shot on a regular basis, I don't know what you're supposed to do. As Finn Diesel gets a tough one to go.
It's 2 of 3 tonight. Davo Hickey. Delaney is at the line, and he will shoot the bonus. Get behind the scenes of the Hungry Jacks NBL and follow the official channels on all the social platforms. Scan the QR code for links to the channels and keep up to date with everything happening right around the league. You a TikTok man, Damon?
Sometimes. Not often.
Sometimes.
A little bit.
I didn't
Don't let him lie to you, Joe. He's a TikTok man. He is definitely a TikTok man.
My daughter talked me into it.
Is that sort of the shirtless running type set up on TikTok? Peatling down the lane. A lot of X bouncing.
There's a lot of chest on that thing. I logged in there and I wasn't sure I was looking at the right type of page. It's not on a different website you might be putting them on, don't
That's a paid service, Felix. 65-57. Under 6 minutes remaining here in this 3rd term. Great to have you with us in the Ignite Cup presented by Disney+. Golding is a long way strong with that one. Outside look for Blanchfield. Almost another rebound for Peatling. And it was for Peterson, who's able to just push it home and keep building that lead for the Hawks. 33 rebounds to 17. That will not please Dean Vickerman.
16-point differential. Tyson Walker misses one. And that's what the United need more of right there. Fabian Kristovic, who's been doing this for his whole career, getting offensive rebounds, only their 4th of the game.
Peatling, he's been shooting that shot with confidence. Timeout, Melbourne.
Great pass by Davo.
They said they were going to test out Mason Peatling. Knocks it down. 8 made threes for the Illawarra Hawks for a team that just makes over 7 a game. Last in the league. Confidence, as I said, it's contagious. Hickey. Peterson's working on a triple-double. He won't get there, obviously, but 11, 6, and 5. Oh, that's 6 now. 11, 6, and 5 for Peterson. Everybody's firing.
Dino will be a little bit frustrated because every time they make a run, the Hawks come down and knock down a shot.
And you got to take advantage of every second that JaVale McGee isn't out there on the floor. We've seen Finn Delaney attack the rim. We've seen Tyson Walker get to the rim, doing things that you can do when he's out of the game.
Have a look at the quarter by quarter. So Melbourne United currently a chance to get a point here. Illawarra Hawks 2 on the board so far.
Well, the Hawks on the verge of elimination in the, now not that you can get eliminated in the Ignite Cup, but you can get yourself out of contention. They need to win these quarters.
Absolutely need to win the game. I think 2 losses will probably put a line through you because the Adelaide 36ers and Phoenix yet to play an Ignite Cup game.
Now, the Illawarra Hawks just holding on right now. 11-point lead. Melbourne have been charging, but the Hawks doing a great job of keeping them at bay, Joel.
Yeah, they're a hard team to keep down, Felix. That's for sure. United. The Hawks are doing a terrific job at the moment, shooting 22 of 46 from the field. Melbourne at the other end are 25 of 50. So they're shooting 50%, but the 8 of 15 for the Hawks from outside and 18 of 19 at the free throw line. Melbourne just 5 of 6 in that facet of the game. Golding leading in. That was uncharacteristically wide from Chris.
It just goes to show you, too, the balance of this league. You can't just because the Hawks are sitting dead last as Davo turns that one over. If the top team can lose to the bottom team, that's the kind of league I like being a part of. Anything can happen from week to week, from game to game. Everybody is vulnerable. Everybody is capable. We've seen Cairns win improbable games. We've seen Brisbane win an improbable game. It happens, so this isn't no real surprise. If you just look at the ladder, it would be, but these 2 teams right here, Hawks are doing everything they can. They're looking like a playoff team right now.
Well, and they don't look like and they don't present like a usual 10th place team. I mean, they've played a couple of games like a D-grade Wednesday night men's team at some points, but their best is so compelling. And they've shown it here tonight. And they're the type of team, and we saw it repeatedly last year, that Justin Tatum can get this team up 4 games. Like, they have that switch that he can go to and motivate them when he needs it. Tyson Walker hits the second free throw. So they do respond to their coach when required.
Yeah, Coach Carter style. We've seen Brian Gorgon have one of the pep talks of the year to get his team fired up to go into Adelaide. Justin Tatum does a similar thing. You don't want to have to rely on it every single week, though, but at some point the Hawks are going to have to go on a winning streak to get themselves out of this hole they've dug for themselves.
McGee puts it on the floor, across the lane, taken away by Doyle. Hit ahead pass, and they've got the numbers there. Krebs to Delaney, back to Tanner Krebs. 3 ball goes around and out. Another rebound for the Hawks. Let's get down to Joe courtside.
Yeah, I was listening to Dean Vickerman in that last timeout. He said he's happy with the way that his guys are sticking with this, but they need to crash the boards better. He also said they need to guard the 3 ball better, put more pressure on the shooter and keep trying to close this gap.
What's his demeanour like, Joe? I mean, is he frustrated in these timeouts, Dean Vickerman?
I wouldn't say he's the calmest cucumber out there, guys, in this moment.
It looks like he smells some cucumbers.
We spoke earlier about 3-point shooting. United is shooting 4 for 21. And that's why the Hawks are doing such a good job of scoring and getting the ball out, because United can't knock down Krebs. Doyle, all these guys, generally they're knocking down shots. They're missing a lot now.
Well, it's the supporting cast as well. Usually you're good for 12 points from a guy like Tanner Krebs. Not getting that right now.
Had a rough night the other night. They were 7 of 27 on Monday night from three-point land. Melbourne just 26%. Struggling from outside at the moment. Doyle sizing up McGee, likes the matchup. 5 on the shot clock, gets to his spot at the elbow. Jumper won't go. Hickey keeps it alive. Daniels stays with the play, tosses it back to Harvey. The hit-ahead pass to McGee, just can't finish. Doyle coming downhill. He was aggressive to the basket and it just rolled off the edge. Back to JaVale underneath, puts it home, 2 to come, 1 more for JaVale McGee. 12-point lead to the Hawks.
What have we been waiting on? Just look, you don't need all the pick and rolls. 4 out and just throw it inside. He's a willing passer. Make them double. If not, that's going to happen every time.
He showed mercy there. He could have thrown that down. He showed mercy.
Thank you, Coach. This is what I'm saying. We don't need to get cute running pick and rolls, and JaVale got to roll down the key and try to shoot floaters. One-on-one, Fabian Kristovic does not have a chance one-on-one, and that's with respect, but we get too cute sometimes. We meaning they.
Yeah, there's a lot of we.
Yeah,
More we's than a
Mr.
daycare,
Hawk,
man.
Mr. Hawk himself.
13-point lead to the Hawks. Doyle straight through Peterson. Daniels is able to lay it home. Peterson was confused about the no call, and then the pass to Harvey set him an awful task, and he couldn't keep it in play.
Just too many mistakes, man. Unforced errors. You don't need that. Slow it down, walk it down, put it inside, go to work.
Oh, Peterson was given a flop.
Oh, my God.
Not a flop.
No.
Come on now, that's not a flop.
Okay. I'll defend the officials at every chance I can, but that is a wild, wild flop warning. Almost broke his sternum.
Another rebound for McGee.
That's the shot that Fabian Kristovic got to hit. If he can make that, it changes the whole the complexity of the game. Because now JaVale has to come out there and make a decision. Just right there.
25 and 13 for McGee. 8 double-doubles from 9 games so far this season. What an impression he is making on the Hungry Jacks NBL.
Look like Bawadi Bale's on the bench with his hands out like me, just going, how come we just don't do this all the time? Just give it to him. The offensive play is called, give it to him.
Doyle to Daniels, hangs, kicks it outside. Krebs needs this. Bowen keeps it alive. Daniels puts it on the floor. Out to Krebs, opposite corner. No good again.
4 of 24 from downtown Melbourne United.
1 of 5 for Tanner Krebs, 2 points. Krislovic 1 of 5.
Let's give it to him. Don't get, okay, you better make it.
He does. That is that patented move from Tyler Harvey.
You better have made it. I know Tyler's shooting a very high percentage of them floaters,
How
but
many times have you seen him miss that?
yeah, he don't miss
You have
them.
little faith.
He don't miss them very often.
Doyle rolls inside and has the soft touch on that one.
High off the glass.
40 seconds to go. Hickey called for bank. He's a long way off. Melbourne can either go 2 for 1 or bleed the clock here. Doyle wants the former. Bowen won't make it work the first time, will the second.
A bad shot is just like a turnover. Davo was probably thinking 2 for 1, but with 41 seconds to go on the clock, he shoots a 3. I thought it was too early, especially when there's a mismatch out there.
11-point lead to the Hawks. Time winding down in the third period, looking for their 3rd win of the season. JaVale McGee has completely taken over this game. 29 and 13 with a quarter to go. And he'll get a very valuable 9.6 seconds of rest.
Good penetration by QJ and good decision to just, he could have tried to shoot the floater. He's like, nah, I got a pterodactyl right there, 2 feet from the hoop. It's like he's playing on a Nerf hoop, Joe.
And it looks like child's play for him out there at times. Unbelievable size and athleticism that he brings to the table. Can Melbourne get something to happen here going into three-quarter time? Krebs just chucks it up at the cup. Bowen another offensive rebound. Delaney gets it to go. And that will end this third term. Illawarra lead by 11. Melbourne win the quarter. But it is the Hawks who turn for home. 11 points to the good. JaVale McGee showing all his power and skill in this one. Have Melbourne got an answer yet to come? The final quarter is next.
.11 lead to the Hawks. Fourth quarter about to kick off. Peter Hooley, Leonard Copeland, Jesse Edwards, he's sitting there on 4 fouls. Probably got to get him back in.
You guys have played on the Dean. How soon do you bring him back?
Well, not you guys. I have played.
All right. Wow.
I think you'll be thinking very quickly he's going to start this fourth quarter because this game can be to 15 points in the fourth and it's over. So you've got to make your run right now. Kruzovic has 4 fouls as well, so it's now or never. And there's a technical foul from Tanner Krebs, so Tyler Harvey's going to start with a free throw.
You don't want him to get his eye in. Melbourne United scored in the previous 3 possessions as well going into the final break. So hopefully for their sake, a little bit of momentum. But let's go down to Joe Healy.
Thanks, guys. I was listening into the Hawks in three-quarter time there. Justin Tatum highlighting that United had 7 O-boards in that quarter, so urging his troops to take more care on the defensive glass. He said, stay aggressive but be consistent. No more silly, undisciplined plays.
Thanks, Joe. That's a very good start to the Hawks to this final term, 82-68. Mason Peatling getting to his spot and getting 2. They've led by as many as 16 in the game. Looking for their first win in the Hungry Jacks Ignite Cup presented by Disney+. And their 3rd win in the season overall. Edwards had it, lost it, got it back. They are piling the pressure on this Melbourne team. Who all of a sudden look like they're among the NBL's mere mortals. Golding with another wide miss.
4 of 25 from the three-point line. 16%.
Couldn't hit the ocean if they walked out on the beach in front of the sandpit, Damon.
Couldn't hit a barn with a frozen chicken.
what are the Hawks doing? They're making these mistakes. What are they doing?
Oh, you need an analogy. I thought you were going to come in and say they
No,
couldn't hit a cow's backside with a guitar or something, Jack Efron style.
I'll leave that to you. Don't know analogy.
Delaney teeing up a three. Got it.
Hey. Vin Diesel said, leave it to me, fellas. And I'll tell you what, this 11-point lead is not as big as it looks on the screen.
Harvey over the top. McGee has 31 in the game, had 32 in his first game of the season.
And 14 rebounds. He had 9 points and 7 rebounds just in the third quarter alone. Some guys not even averaging that for the season.
The two Melbourne bigs are both in foul trouble, so he could be in for a big final term. Delaney splashes in another triple.
10-point game.
They will keep swinging this Melbourne team. That much we know. Swagala Bullock. Good defense from Edwards.
Dean probably had his heart in his throat when Jason went up to block that shot. Could have a foul.
Golding is 2 of 8. Just 5 points from Chris Golding.
Frustration foul coming. He tried to.
Only the 1-3, had his 34-game streak of multiple threes broken last time out. Peatling in the corner for 3. That's a big hit from the big man.
Great ball movement. Giving up a good shot for a better shot.
Great ball movement. They moved it around, got the shot they wanted. That's how they got to play basketball. Make Melbourne United play some defense rather than come down and take quick shots.
And credit to the Hawks hitting big shots to keep this game at double figures. We know how much of a mental barrier that is to get it to single figures. And right now, United just can't get past the 10-point barrier.
They've trailed at every change by 10 points so far, by 10, by 14 and 11. Here's Mason Peatling, of course, former Melbourne United man, stroking the 3 ball from outside.
All started by Wani Swakler Bullock's penetration.
Edwards misses the first at the line. Hawks have led wire to wire, and that'll please the home fans. Burgers after Edwards misses 2. Code word is punch. Head to your New South Wales Hungry Jack's store before 6 o'clock tomorrow and tell them Jesse sent you.
Code word punch. God help the poor uni student that's working tonight thinking they'd have an easy one.
Damon, you used to live across the road from a Hungry Jack's in Wollongong, didn't you?
Right down the street in Fig Tree. I never got them for free back then.
87-74. Hawks over United.
Milton Doyle did a good job on that defensive possession, tagging JaVale McGee early. Tyler had nowhere to go with the ball.
Yes, sir. I want it anyway.
So Justin Tatum wants a timeout here. 87-74. 6 minutes 42 remaining at the Tangerine timeout.
Did you hear JaVale? Did you hear that?
You mean Tatum?
What did he say, Coach?
He said, I want a timeout because I want to play you the whole fourth quarter. I want you in there with the ball. Smart move.
Now we're talking.
31 on 11 of 19. 14 rebounds. He's a dominant force.
If they continue to shoot the ball well like Finn Delaney, they need some other guys to knock down some threes, but they have also shown they can't get a stop.
Time not the friend of Melbourne United. 6:42 to go on the Hawks. Well, they just don't look like they're going to slow down anytime soon, Joel.
Not at all, Felix. When you Look at the ladder positions. As you mentioned earlier, Damon, 10th playing first. The Hawks 2-6, Melbourne 9-1. In only that facet of this game, it looks like a mismatch. We know that these two teams love going toe-to-toe. When they do, it's always a great battle. Edwards works his way inside again, so they're going to roll with him through foul trouble. He's got 4, but he's got 15 points in the game. Delaney leads United with 19. JaVale McGee has 31. Harvey for 3.
Tyler's been a little quiet today, but we all know he's 3 or 4 from downtown, brings up his 12th point. JaVale comes and gives him a small screen, and Tyler, he's pathological with his scoring.
Milton Doyle on the take, swatted by McGee, who is doing it at both ends. Blanchfield way outside.
I don't know what possessed Milton Doyle. Well, he scored a couple layups on JaVale early in the game, so he probably thought, yeah, I've had some success. Jesse Edwards in a deep drop, Peter Hooley. JaVale ain't the only one playing that D.
Edwards throws it down once more. He's got the potential to keep Melbourne in this thing. Just on for JaVale McGee now, Damon. He has the 3 highest scoring performances by a Hawk this season. 32, 31 and 26. All from one man, as Hickey has that one fall out, but he's fouled.
And I know, Joe, that basketball is a team game. It's not about just one player. But when you've got one player that unguardable, I don't see why he shouldn't average close to what he's getting right now if his team just makes sure they get him his possessions, his touches. Because it's going to be a mismatch in the way Justin Tatum is playing him these extended minutes. At some point, he's going to end up going up against the team's bag up big, which it makes it all the more easier for him. So I know other guys got to get involved from time to time, but just running through JaVale and everybody's life will be easier.
Free throw miss. The Hawks take and keep possession. New 14. Hickey guarded on the perimeter. McGee's going to shoot a 3. Why not? He's done everything else. Why not do that?
Come on, McGee. What's happening, bro?
That never looked like missing.
Well, you better not take another one. Get your big ass down on that top shoot
34 points for JaVale McGee.
And I'm just going to tell you, Joel, but in 2016, when Melbourne United started 9-0, they lost their next 3. I'm not going to say history could repeat itself, but...
You're certainly implying it.
He's saying there's a chance of it.
Big throwdown coming on Saturday.
Throwdown Triple X not far away. That is going to be a tough one. And Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, the little brother, are going to be hungrier than ever, and they can smell blood in the water.
And how well is Sobey playing, too?
Oh, wow.
Melbourne United, outside of Tyson Walker and Finn Delaney, have shot 1 of 18 from 3 when you take those 2 guys 5 makes out. Tough to win a game on the road when you're shooting 20% from the floor as from the 3 as a team.
It's been tough sledding for them. Baseline inbound here.
Oh, wow.
And a wide open lane for Tyler Harvey. You do not see that often against a Melbourne United team.
Yeah, this particular Melbourne United team is unrecognizable. Another block for Davo Hickey, never giving up on a play.
4 on Sunday against Adelaide, and a couple here tonight.
Is that JaVale McGee's first made triple of the season?
It is. Yep, he was 0 of 5 prior to that. For a season-high 34 points. Milton Doyle stepping through. He can't hit. Gary Clark scored 36 in 23-24. Kevin Lish was the last Hawk to score 40 in a game. That was back in 2016. So it has been a while. And I'm not saying, much like Pete, I'm not saying it's going to happen. But it could, Damon.
It very well could, and it should. The Hawks don't need to shoot quick. I mean, it's 4 minutes to go. It's a lot of time left, but as long as they take care of the ball, they got 14 turnovers now. And Melbourne United probably haven't made them pay enough for that.
Doyle's got 14 in the game, misses the second. Swakala Bullock the rebounds. McGee keeps it alive, but only back to Walker.
Turnover number 15 leads to a transition layup.
Melbourne just with the 5 turnovers, so they have looked after the ball effectively tonight. Minus 11 in free throws. They've made 5 fewer threes on 10 more attempts, shooting 45% from the field. Hawks 51. McGee rumbles his way inside. 2 more. A chance to go to the line for his 37th.
My goodness, he has just dominated.
Is that 5 on the big throw?
Sure will be, and you know how they like to send him out.
Nah.
Well, you know what? There's certain words that they also use that we can't say on TV over there in Illawarra. They like to yell those ones out quite a bit, but you can't even really blame this on Jesse Edwards being in foul trouble, because even when he's been in the game, JaVale's been going straight through his chest. He's been completely and utterly dominant against anyone who has dared to guard him tonight.
He's got 36 and 14, a chance to make it 37. He's 10 of 11 from the free throw line. Last player to have at least 34 and 14 for the Hawks. Adam Ballinger back in 2007.
The cartoonist.
He's going to get a big round of applause here. JaVale, keep him in.
The highest-scoring Hawks performance in nearly 10 years. The 17th of January 2016, Kevin Lish had 40. The last time a Hawk had more than JaVale's 37.
That's probably going to get looked at for an unsportsmanlike foul. Anytime you reach out with the outside arm, always a chance to be upgraded if you slow down the transition. They're having a chat about it here.
And remember, it is Ignite Cup, so these quarters matter. So even though the game may be out of reach for Melbourne United, Illawarra need to be winning these quarters if they want to be able to make it to the Gold Coast at the end of the year.
Of course, have a chance to play for that sweet moolah. 400,000 on offer for the winning team.
And maybe a chance to hit Surface Paradise with the commentary crew after the game. I'm sure that's going to be part of the festivities.
You will.
They're looking at it to upgrade this, and I'd be shocked if it's not. And then you can hear the crowd reaction. That's what happens. You slow down the transition with the outside arm, and that's why they soften teeth. If you're Finn Delaney in that moment, if you reach across with your left arm for try and go for the steal when you're not actually going to get the ball, and more of a hip and shoulder rather than a wraparound, you can sometimes get away with it. That was an easy upgrade in the end, and Hawks just putting the finishing touches on an impressive performance. This is now a new season for Illawarra, Damon.
It is. JaVale McGee led from the front. Wani Swakala Bullock has played both ends of the floor. Davo is in Championship Series MVP form. And Sam Frawling is still to join the team.
It's a scary thought. There you see the quarter-by-quarter graphic. So the 3 points for quarters so far for the Hawks, plus the 3 for the game. Melbourne will take 1 point away, having won their opening Ignite Cup game and 3 quarters as well, to sit with 7 after 2. If you can't hit that one, it's the second highest score for the Hawks this season. They've gone 116, 101, and then scored 88 twice. As Edwards is able to whack that one home.
Give a lot of credit to Jesse Edwards too, because he's been living on the rim down the other end. Got 19 and 8. Battled hard.
8 of 9 from the field, Pete.
I can't imagine the Blackmore shot chart would be moving too far outside that Mitsubishi Motors logo either.
Be zoomed in there nicely. That'll be a tight shot chart for Jesse Edwards. Harvey! It is never a tight shot chart for Tyler Harvey. He can extend it with the best of them.
5 of 6 from downtown for Tyler, the creator.
19-point lead to the defending champions over the team they vanquished in that series. Doyle is able to float that one home. And what a statement of intent this has been from the Hawks on this Wednesday night.
It's been a ice hockey game over there for Melbourne United. They've They've got a big game on Saturday. They've got to flush the last two.
Tyler Harvey getting introduced to the crowd. Hickey all the way through. Draws the foul.
He does that so well, doesn't he? That last step slows it down, lets you get up in the air like a bird, and then you come down. Okay.
He's a triple-double threat now every time he steps on the floor. 17, 6, and 7 for Davo Hickey, and credit.
And in the NBL, that is the equivalent of someone having 40, 20, and 20 in the NBA with the way that we keep stats in this league.
And obviously he has the beautiful job as a teammate, just throw it up to JaVale McGee and getting a couple of assists, but he's been unbelievable, as are the Illawarra Hawks, who are 20-piecing.
20 points. Did anyone see that coming?
We did, though, Joel. In the pregame, we spoke about how this is just the worst possible matchup for Melbourne United.
20 points, Pete.
You didn't ask us the margin, mate. You just asked us who's winning.
I do recall asking Pete, do you think that Will Hickey will score 20 this game? And he said, you're an idiot.
You know, it's not about the points, though. It's how they're losing. And Dean Vickerman will certainly not be happy with the way they lost the other night and tonight. And again, they got to play against a very strong team on Saturday.
And Melbourne United have to be careful because once the tennis comes to town, they head on the road for a long time. So it's always at this time of the year, they're often leading the league because they have a vast amount of home games.
And this isn't a shot at Tanner Krebs because he's had a good season so far. But is it time now to bring Chris Golding back into the starting lineup?
You're getting closer. If it's not Saturday, it's the next game after. Dean Vickerman said that to us in the pregame. They just need to start stronger than they have the last couple of games. They also need Shea Ili back. Talk about Davo Hickey being in the end room for the Hawks. Shea Ili's the exact same for Melbourne United.
It looks like this is going to be the win that the Hawks needed, Damon. You need that win over one of the real blue bloods of the competition this year, and this one's going to be it.
And even though they lost that game when they got blown out by New Zealand, they went to Adelaide, put up a great fight, could have easily won it, didn't go their way. But that game, I saw the spirit, and now they've done it again, 2 games in a row. You're not going to win every single game that you play that well, but it's good to see them be rewarded. This is the standard now.
So Froling gets into the game, so too Johnny Narkle, Licky Yates, Kobe McDowell-White, Daniels, Machar, Wilson, Krislovich and Coppins out there for Melbourne.
It's going to be very interesting when Dan Froling gets back into this lineup with JaVale and just 2 monsters down low. How do you split the minutes there? How do you work them on the floor at the same time? Good problem to have. Certainly going to be a bit of a problem.
The Hawks play the Cairns with Taipans the next game, so this momentum can keep going if they come out and play the way they're playing.
Could be a 50-point win.
So JaVale McGee as well, he's 37 points. So his career high in the NBA was 33 for the Lakers. So this is just a genuine career high for him. He had 33 in Puerto Rico as well. So shout out JaVale McGee for having the best game of his career.
I'll trust the Lakers one. There's some dodgy numbers coming out of Puerto Rico. I've seen the dudes have 50 assists in a game over there in Puerto Rico.
Even you could have made a jump shot in Puerto Rico over there.
I would have been 1 for 6 in Puerto Rico.
909 games in the NBA. None more high scoring than this for JaVale McGee. But Wally Bales tries to bank home the 3. Wilson will run it up the other end for Melbourne. Coppins the consolation prize on a night when the Hawks have flexed their muscle and reminded the NBL just what they're made of. The reigning champions really put their foot down and throw themselves into the midst of this season, beating Melbourne United 107 to 93 in a win that could ignite their season, Damon Lowry.
I saw what you did there. Could ignite their season. Phenomenal from start to finish. They got off to a great start, scoring 32 points in that first quarter, set the tone, played through their strengths, went to JaVale McGee and Davo Hickey controlled everything.
As long as he's healthy, the way he's been starting the games, you can forget everything that's happened up until this point, because this is a whole new look team with a whole new outlook on the rest of the season.
And it's all about 2 guys, Hickey and the big fella, coming down the court, 37 points. Anytime he gives a performance like that, and guess what? Around the league, other people now have to find a way to stop him.
Oh, hello.
A little bit on at mid-court as well. Krislovich and Hickey, we've seen some afters already this season. Sam Froling was
the away team cannot be in the center circle. That's instigating.
So a little bit of a postscript to this one. And that just adds a bit more spice to this rivalry.
There might be a few words between the coaches there as well. You heard Dave Hickey say exactly that right there, Damon, afterwards, just saying like, this is our moment.
And it was interesting during the week, Justin Tatum comes out and says, hey, we need the big fella to get some calls out here, and he gets them, and he goes 10 of 11 from the line.
25 of 27 at the free throw line. United 8 of 14. A 14-point win to the Hawks. 37 for JaVale McGee. Joe Healy, he was massive.
He certainly was. JaVale, you're out here balling, 37 points, dropping 3 balls. Talk me through that one.
I mean, it was a team effort for sure. Our pace was amazing. They were getting the ball to me in the right spots, and Coach really set a fire to us early on with a pregame speech.
Davo, 20 and 18 in his last 2 games. QJ's coming out here and feeling more comfortable. How is this team coming together?
I feel like he was the missing piece. He didn't play the first 6-7 games, and I feel like we weren't showing up how we were supposed to show up. But ever since Davo's been back, we've been really putting things together, and I think we have our complete team now.
After your last game on this court, how important was it to come out tonight and just show the fans that you guys still mean business?
Oh, man, we disappointed the fans. We lost about 40 at home, and that's embarrassing to us, the fans, the whole city. So we had to prove a point. That's the best team in the league right now, so we had to prove a point that we're not backing down from anybody.
You did that. Congrats on the win.
Thank you so much.
Well spoken as always, JaVale McGee, one of the best games across his entire basketball career, and it was filled with highlights from start to finish.
Might have got away with a couple of little travels there early on, but this is what we want to see. We want to see him getting up there.
But part of that is, Justin Tatum came out and did what any smart coach would do, and he brought attention to the fact he thought his big man, his superstar, wasn't getting looked after, got himself and his team to the free throw line plenty tonight. So you've got to say, smart move, Justin Tatum.
The blueprint is to get him the ball down low, let him go to work, because he's good enough. He has more experience than any big man in this league. And the size and the ability. Let him go to work.
And people are going to look back on this game and say, oh, Jesse Edwards was in foul trouble, that's why he did it. That had nothing to do with it. One, he got Jesse Edwards in foul trouble, but he was going through his chest. Jesse Edwards is a great defender, and he went straight through him like butter.
And I've had an issue with the Illawarra Hawks shot selection as well, and it was up for the majority, probably 98% was perfect, right?
Perfect for the Illawarra Hawks. Melbourne United, after starting 9-0, they dropped 2 in a row, and Southeast Melbourne, like a shark in the water, can smell blood coming up to throw down Triple X. We'll wrap it up after the break.
Advertising on Win really works, and it's affordable.
Small team don't exist in advertising for well over a decade. It's an important part of
nearly last Friday, the Illawarra Hawks scored almost 60 points, just over, against the New Zealand Breakers in a 32-point loss. Tonight, they came in against Melbourne United, 9-1, best team in the league according to JaVale McGee, and blew them off the paper. An unbelievable performance from the reigning champs, sending a warning shot to the rest of the league who thought that they were dead and buried. They're back.
And they were unbelievable. And again, you have a look at the stats from full time. 25 turnovers from Melbourne United. I think that's... yeah, they might not be 100% correct, but I tell you what,
there is no way. There is no way in hell that is correct.
I'm not sure that's 100%
good on you for
correct.
picking it up.
It did stand out to me there. But I mean, when you've got 6 guys in double figures and one of them has 37, you're going to be in a good spot to win this game. And the Ignite Cup ladder, well, I tell you what, it looks very, very interesting now.
There'll be a lot of teams watching this game, and and I know what Tatum's saying in that locker room. If you can compete with the #1 team in this league, you can beat anybody. So let's play that away, get the big fella the ball, and continue to push on through the season.
Well, let's have a look at the league standings right now, because the Ignite Cup exists as its own different beast. United, well, 9-2. They still sit up the top of the ladder, but their next date, it's dinner with the South East Melbourne Phoenix. And unfortunately, according to the Phoenix, they're the ones on the menu.
It's going to be a fascinating one for that throwdown. But looking at all these other teams right down the bottom, all you got to do is get to 6th spot by season's end. And if you're playing your best basketball,
easy enough.
But you have a look. The Illawarra Hawks right now are 2 wins away from being in the 6th spot, and everyone was saying that this season was over the worst team.
The Breakers starting to play some good basketball. The Hawks, they're back. The Bullets, Stu Lash, potential coach of the year some games.
Cairns beat Tassie last week, so you never know what's going to happen.
This year, the whole league is always as unpredictable as ever, and we're starting to see it even more.
We thought it was going to be parity that was the thing that headlined this year, but you're right, it is the unpredictability of it. Let's have a look at round 8, what we've got coming up here outside of tonight's game, because we've got some real nice ones on the menu. And let me point you down to Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Maybe you're sitting there after Stakes Day with a bit of a hangover. Sit on the couch, put the feet up, because Bryce Cotton is coming up against a team that apparently there's no bad blood. I say lie.
Chapter 1, Revenge of the Sith. Here we go.
Who guards Cotton is my question.
I think in the starting lineup, it'll probably be Ben Henschel. And there's been a little bit said they're 2 good friends. They battled a whole lot against each other.
50!
He's going to come out and go nuts. We know that he loves legacy. We know he loves torching teams that have said stuff about him. God, if he was in the same room as Damon Lowry, he'd be swinging. He doesn't like the management at Perth. He doesn't like how he was treated. I don't care what he says about it publicly. He doesn't like it. He is going to come out firing.
Yes, he is.
And the Perth players, they got nothing against him. They know it's business. So I think it's going to be one-sided hate here, which could be very problematic for Perth.
Or he's just saving it for actually getting back to Perth in December, but we'll see.
Well, that's the thing. When you schedule this game, would you have rather this first one be in the jungle?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. But it'll be the appetizer.
It'll be the appetizer. This is a fantastic appetizer to round 8 because JaVale McGee was a man on fire. 37 points. What a game.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.
You got me? Yep. And you got me there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. I got myself in the beautiful.